What's going on, you guys? Today I've got the Finch Knife Co. Devil's Finger, designed by Spencer Marquardt and Steve Laughlin. It's a stylish flipper with micarta, 154cm blade steel, and the signature Finch glow crest. And as always, if you're interested in purchasing the Devil's Finger, or maybe there's something else in your wish list, be sure to check out my buddies over at whitemountainknives.com and use my promo code SHARPAF, one word, to get 10% off. They also have free shipping on all US orders. What an awesome name for a knife, by the way. Devil's Finger. Awesome. And it came with a band-aid. That's pretty funny. There's two different versions. This one with red micarta and a satin finish, or green micarta with a black wash blade. They're selling for $129, but with the SHARPAF promo code, you're looking at about $116. Let me know in the comments, which version do you guys like the best? I think it'd be pretty cool to do a blade swap with these two versions. Red and black would look really awesome on a knife called the Devil's Finger. I kind of wish I would have bought both. So let's get into the specs. The blade steel is 154cm stainless steel, which is a great mid-range steel. It's a drop point style blade with a flat grind, and it has a two-toned finish, satin and stonewash, at least on this version. The blade length is 3.1 inches or 7.9 centimeters. The handle length is 4.1 inches or 10.4 centimeters for an overall length of 7.2 inches or 18.3 centimeters. The blade width is about 0.12 inches. The handle height is about an inch, and the width is just under half an inch. And it weighs 2.9 or 3 ounces, or about 85 grams. It has a wire pocket clip that is tip up, right or left side. Here's what it looks like in your pocket. It's a flipper. It has a jimped flipper tab that works really well. I don't seem to slip off, and it's easy on the skin. Great deployment action. You can use the light switch or push button method, but because of the pointy shape of the tab, I would probably just stick to the light switch method. The detent is tuned in nicely. I don't think I can fail it, even if I wanted to. So it's on the stronger side, but not too strong. The pivot is running on caged bearings and has a nice shake shutty drop. It's not fall shutty. It does take a couple of soft shakes, but it's a pretty fidget friendly action overall. It's a liner lock with good cutout access to the lock bar, and the lockup is about 20 to 30%. No blade play, and the centering is good. There's jimping along the spine of the blade and right here on the tops of the liners. There's also some jimping on this little choil tab thing. It's not really a choil, but it's a nice place to put your finger if you want to choke up, and it really allows you to lock in your grip. I can get 4 fingers on the handle just fine, but if you have larger hands, you might find this jimped tab to be a little in the way. The micarta is nice. It has a clean, crisp look to it, but there are some fuzzies from the fabric, and it's fairly grippy. The liners are nested and skeletonized. For the hardware, we have T8 screws at the pivot and pocket clip, and 2 T6 body screws on each side going into the standoffs. There was some blue Loctite on the screws, and here's what it looks like all disassembled. You can see they really took out a lot of material from the liners to help reduce the weight. It has an internal stop pin, so there's a pin on each side of the blade that operates in these tracks on the liners. And it has a D-shaped pivot screw and a D-shape on one of the liners. The disassembly and reassembly was very easy. Oh, and lastly, we have the signature Finch crest. Yes, it glows in the dark. Finch knives are designed in Stillwell, Kansas and manufactured in China. I believe the OEM is Bestech, but I could be wrong. But I really like Bestech knives, and they OEM for some other really well-known knife brands, so I'd have no problem with that, if that's the case. So let's get into my likes and dislikes. I really love Finch knives. They're an awesome blend of classic and modern styles. The biggest thing I notice whenever I handle a Finch knife is the great attention to detail. You can tell a lot of thought, care, and pride goes into their designs. They're also pretty fun knives to collect. I love the name and the branding of the Devil's Finger. Awesome knife name, and the profile and shape match the name well. Speaking of which, I love the blade shape and the handle shape. It has great ergos, no hot spots, and I can really get a great grip for delicate work or hard use. And in the box they gave us a couple of pretty cool stickers. Okay, so dislikes. The price for the materials is definitely on the higher end of the spectrum. 154 cm is a great steel, but it's a mid-range steel that should normally have a mid-range price. 130 is a little steep compared to other knives out there with these same materials. Personally, I'm okay with 130 for a Finch design. To me, they're worth it. And if you can get one on sale or with my promo code, even better. 116 is a little more reasonable, but if they could have given us a high-end or a premium steel for 130, it would be an absolute no-brainer for most people to buy it. Other than that though, it's hard for me to find something I don't like about the knife. It just feels so great in hand and is a very cool design. I guess one minor thing, it's good to be lefty friendly, but as a righty, these cutouts are kind of an eyesore and it would look better without them. But not a big deal, that's pretty common. Let me know what you guys think about the Finch Knife Coat Devil's Finger in the comments. Stay tuned for some size comparisons and don't forget to like and subscribe. That's it from me guys, thanks for watching.